Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back with another video. I hope this all makes sense. Sorry, I forgot to put the light on in the other side of the room, so I hope this is bright enough for you all, and I hope you enjoy it. And as ever, I welcome your comments, questions, or whatnot. Anyway, I thought I'd talk about 40 sort of things. Please don't worry, I'm not going to go through them in this one video, but hopefully over time, I hope to do my usual 4-part videos. So I'm hoping to go through. I forgot to mention this is part 1, but yeah, I hope to go through 4 parts and talk about things that I wish to ask for in this strange sort of deal that I wish to make with all possible people and organizations and whatnot. So anyway, I hope it makes sense. And again, I hope to welcome any of your questions or whatnot. And yeah, hopefully you don't think I'm too mad or whatever. But anyway, I hope some people out there enjoy this and I get to express myself. I know this is unusual and unique, but I hope people out there will enjoy my unique, quirky mind. But anyway, I'll try and get to the point. So these are like 40 things, again, broken up into 4 parts of what I would ask for in this deal: 1, 2, or for 1, or share for share, or like for like, or love for love, or whatever you want to call it. I think that the best way of putting it is like for like. So whatever people do for me, I hope to return something as close to equivalent value, as fair value basically as possible. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with the list. But again, if you have any questions, I think that covers everything for the intro. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Anyway, here goes. So number 1, I talk about 5 causes. So I'm going to those will be parts 1. Those will be points rather 1 to 5. But yeah, I nearly forgot it then. But yeah, so whoever will benefit Italian football in some way. So they told me that they're going to benefit Italian football within the rules of the game, obviously legally. All these things I hope to make legally. I forgot to actually say in the intro. I know I did waffle, but for all of these 40 things, I hope to talk about over 4 videos. Sorry. What I hope to do to return the favour, ideally, I'd talk about 40 things I would ask for, and then do a further video. Maybe I'll do that in the future, talking about 40 things that I would give away symbolically, because I am 40, unfortunately, believe it or not, as immature as I might be. But so yeah, basically any individual, like a poet, artist, writer, sculptor, whatever, anyone who's doing any projects, or anyone, I suppose even businesses are run by individuals, any SME, small, small or medium-sized business or enterprise or whatever, or big business or whatnot, any organization, association, politician, political party or whatever, I would share. For each thing they help me to do, for each project they help me to start up, for like the idea of 1 to 1, 1 to, or for 1, or share is that whoever gets involved in this deal, whatever they help me with, I hope to share 1 piece of information. It could be a business card, a flyer, a leaflet, a brochure, a line about their business, some information about their business or organization or whatever. But yeah, so basically whatever they do for me, I hope to do the same. But yeah, so for each pound people donate to Italian football, for instance, or for each line they help me to write, or for each notebook they help me to write and share with Italian football, or if they help me to travel to Italy if they think it's worth it, I'll and to help me share my ideas, I'll try and return the favour in the closest equivalent way as possible to make it, as I say, as fair as possible, the fairest deal possible, as I say. So yeah, as I say, for each pound they donate, or each notebook they help me to write, or each idea they help me to share, or whatever, I'll try to come to some arrangement or agreement. So yeah, I would share, like I say, a flyer or a leaflet, or a brochure, or a business card, or a poster, or whatever, of their organisation or whatever, or business or whatever. Number 2, also for Celtic, the same sort of deal for Celtic. Number 3, also another cause of mine, libertarianism and liberty. Yeah, if God would make less rules, I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, whatever group could make less rules. But yeah, so don't know if I should say this, but anyone or any organization which could help me to get laid without any punishment or reprisal. Like, I would see having to have any sort of formal relationship, like dating or certainly weddings or marriages. I would see that as like a punishment, to be honest, personally. So yeah, if God gave me that choice, it would make me more willing to share biblical stuff or the Bible if the Bible had less rules, for instance. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I should have said that point, but yeah, the more freedoms, the merrier. Yeah, I wish God would get rid of rules like no fornication and stuff like that, so that in doing so, I would be more willing to share religious scriptures and things like that, or literature. Anyway, moving on. Number 4, whoever does the same for people from former colonies. So yeah, whoever helps me, like say for instance, if they donated for each £1 they donated to charities in what I call the 6 or countries that are colonized, basically, or developing countries, I would love to return the favor as best as possible. Again, sharing information about their organization or business or whatever to thank them. Number 5, the same for anyone or any business organization or whatever that tackles poverty and helps animal rights, helps children around the world, disabled people, disabled animals, the elderly, or especially young people, more probably young people or disadvantaged people or animals, or basically makes the world better for as many people as possible, especially the poorest 10% of people in all possible countries, for instance, or things like that. And again, helps animal rights, sympathy, empathy, compassion, and things like that. I'd love to find out, for instance, what religion gives the most to charity and like honor that religion and things like that. Also, any business or organization or individual or whatnot, I would love to promote their other work, to say thank you for these sorts of things. Number 6, or any of my works or things I work on or plans or ideas. Anyone helps me to come up with any project, whether that's on paper, writing on paper, or online, or setting up a not-for-profit in developing countries in parts of Africa or Asia or elsewhere, or whoever helps me with any plans, I'll say that I have, again, if I discuss them in return for, or helping me to write certain notes or work on certain projects. Number 7, I'll say whoever can make my life easier as well. I'd love to return the favor, or anything people do for me or for others, I'd love to return the favor. Number 8, whoever shows me love and compassion and sympathy and whatever, or helps me out, I hope to return the favor, as long as I trust them and I don't think they're a backstab or anything like that. Basically, as long as I don't feel that they'd go behind my back and be different to what they are in front of my face, i.e. a backstabber, of course, or stuff like that. But yeah, so I'd say love for love as well. That was supposed to be speech marks, by the way. Number 9, also whoever helps, as I say, my writing on paper as well. Like, for instance, if an organization helped me, for each line they helped me to write, I would love to share a line of their project or business, organization, association. For instance, if a church helped me and they wanted me to share religious literature, or same with a mosque, I want to do the deal as fairly as possible. So not really to put one religion over another if I could help it, or any other religion, again, would be equal as much as possible. So yeah, for each line they helped me to write, obviously in doing so they would have to help me to either to have some sort of record of how many lines I get to write with their help. So for instance, it would either have to be that we record them, or someone would have to count them somehow. Me personally, I can't count, so just kidding. But yeah, I suppose I could probably just about count a little bit. But yeah, so either there'd have to be a picture or a recording or something like that could say how much I got to write, or whatever I got to do from that writing itself to put it into practice, most importantly, I suppose, which is, I suppose, the point of writing, I guess, or expressing yourself or whatever, expressing an idea or whatnot. I was going to say, in the past, I used to go to the shop every other day and buy notebooks, and like I used to try and be really crafty and sneaky and like buy papers, like, well, things to write on basically, or bring like envelopes, receipts, and I still sometimes try and do like bring receipts or envelopes, although I don't really go to the shop or buy notebooks unless I have permission. But I know I should do it. A point I wanted to make is I know I should do it. I'm glad I remembered this point. I know I should do it with permission, so only where I have permission, not taking over people's space. Like, in a way, I'm disappointed when my mum gives away my things without my permission, or uses them or reads them without my permission. But I suppose you could say, because I still live at home, it is her house. It's not me who pays the mortgage or owns the property or the land. So if it was my house, it would probably be different. I'd probably kick her out instead. But now, well, I don't know about that, but maybe I would. But not sure about that. But anyway, yeah. So I should only have paperworks or writings or things like that or whatever legally, ethically, and wherever I have permission to do so. So I know I shouldn't do so. That was a mistake I made, and where I should have worked on what I already have rather than getting new stuff. Then I wouldn't have had to lose so much stuff, I'm sure. And I could have made sure I worked on stuff. I wouldn't have had to get so distracted. I suppose, like with my paperwork and my hoarding and all that kind of thing, I'm sort of opposite to how I am with my like why I wouldn't want to do weddings or marriages or have children or be involved in formal relationships or things like that, because of the attention, time, money, effort, energy, freedom I would have to donate to those sorts of things or dedicate to that sort of thing, to dedicate to relationships and families and things like that. Whereas I could use that for those causes I talked about, those 5 causes, which I often mention, like Italian football, Celtic, libertarianism, supporting the poor, supporting those in former colonies and things like that. So I suppose with my hoarding, I'm sort of opposite, because I take too much on, whereas not having a family or not doing those sorts of things and trying to limit distractions is sort of the opposite sort of way. So I'm trying to do it now a bit differently, where I do have permission. But again, whoever gives me that permission, and as many as I get to write, that's how many I would share equally with whoever helps me as fairly as possible. So I hope that made sense. And number 10, whoever helps, as I say, young people, and whoever gives me support in terms of things like saving time, helps me to organise my time, perhaps helps me in any way, shape or form, I hope to return the favour as equally as possible. Again, especially with those who help the most disadvantaged people, the poorest 10% of people and things like that. And I'd love to find out, like, a poll or some sort of research on what religion or what spiritual or religious group gives the most to charity, and honour those. Obviously, it would look good on that religion. And if religions did more of that sort of stuff, maybe there wouldn't be, well, I'm sure there wouldn't be as much poverty as there is. Anyway, hope all that made sense, as I say, and please ask me any questions or type what you want in the comment section, hopefully as politely as possible. Constructive criticism, positive feedback, or anything else. Obviously, positive feedback encourages me. Constructive criticism also helps me to improve, though. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, and I am out. Peace and love.